Hello, viewers, and welcome to All Things Politics. I'm your host, Bub. So let's get right into this. Are TikTok users being censored? Is the American government censoring your content? TikTok is receiving black backlash recently over claims that the platform is suppressing videos and messages, especially those videos pertaining to the shooting death of Alex Pretty and Renee Good in Minneapolis by ISIS Border Patrol agents, who are overseen by the border czar himself, Tom Homan, and his director at the Department of Homeland Security, DHS, Christy Nome. TikTok's excuse for the censorship is that there was a technical outage that was to blame for the disruption in the flow of information regarding the death of Alex Pretty. TikTok also stated that since the takeover of TikTok by US investors, the new privacy policy and terms of agreement have changed to expand how much data the company can collect. The revised agreement allows the new owners, Trump and his business partners, to collect more detailed information about the user, location, expanded interaction with AI tools, and broader use of personal data across advertising partners. But look, for more insight into this matter, I'm going to run a clip courtesy of pbs.org/news hour just to get this thing a little more understanding for us all. All right.
Just days after a group of mainly American investors approved by President Donald Trump took over control of TikTok's U.S. operations, some users now say the app is censoring and limiting their content, including posts and messages about Jeffrey Epstein and the shooting deaths of U.S. citizens by federal agents in Minneapolis. One content creator says his U.S.-based followers couldn't access his post about the shooting death of Renee Good.
Now I have to say that doesn't look like that's what someone could call a technical outage. That looks intentional. That looks as though the system is designed for anyone or those who control the system to go in and pixelate the pictures or to not even, post them or allow them to be ran or seen by, other users. The content, therefore, then would be considered inflammatory, or I think in Trump's in them case, ICE especially, content like that would hurt their image, and this is why we probably see that occurring. I don't think anyone should take for granted that it was a technical outage or some type of technical issue. That I don't think that's the case. So be careful, be aware about what's being said. Well, now Scott Wiener knows how I feel. He's just a regular citizen after all, huh? I want to see how the heck that's going to turn out. That's a shot in the dark right there. I have to say, I don't see that panning out or coming to fruition. Something about that says, nah, that's not going to happen. Only because you could barely sue police officers now. You know, uh, it, it- I don't see that occurring. Right quick. I think for good measure, they should think that way or feel that way. We're dealing with an administration that cares very little about law, constitutional law, especially. They only apply the law when it fits them. Trump right now is in the situation politically. Politically, his Senate and House numbers, they're losing seats. They want to try to understand how voting is done in certain areas. I think to gerrymander those areas, uh, to get or to find ways to take seats or votes from the Democratic Party to give to the Republican Party because those votes are sorely needed. Trump going into November, this November, coming his constituents, his side of the aisle are expecting to take some hits. And I think this is part of them trying to figure out how to minimize those losses in the Senate and maybe also Congress. I'm not sure if they're also in that. But I think this is an attempt to find out what's going on, to see inside the minds of the people through their cell phones. Something's wrong with that picture. And all that handful of companies that really control everything we say and do over these tools right here, they're all in cahoots with Trump or, you know, the powers that be. They are the haves. So, should they all decide to shut down social media or any apparatus that could convey from one individual to another information that could very well do harm to their establishment, you better believe they'll get together and shut down all communication so no one could get the information they may need, man, to protect themselves or, you know, to protect their rights. And that's the beauty of having this mechanism of this apparatus. Trust and know that, yeah, if you're going to do one, you might as well do them all to make it look as though there was a failure on all sectors and all compartments of that apparatus or that app. That's just the way to do something. You know, yeah, just to censor anybody who has something politically igniting towards Trump or ICE, anybody else, just to censor that and nothing else. Yeah, that's the red herring. That, yeah, but the smart way, you know, the smart way, the real slick and sly way to do it is to shut everybody down, to make it look as though, yeah, there was this technical outage. It's all cap. And I'm surprised this guy. Well, I'm not surprised, because I'm pretty sure how they addressed him and introduced him. He's in that industry. He knows these people or knows someone who knows these people, and he knows the program. X. Yeah. You can, man, Elon Musk, man, could do anything he wants with X. Anything. That goes same, man, for YouTube, Facebook, and now TikTok. Instagram, they can all do it if they choose to do it. There's a mechanism in there, I'm pretty sure, that would allow them to censor or suppress any bit or bits of information they might find harmful to them. Come on, man. And then you just don't go buy the company and not have the best of the best running TikTok. Come on, that doesn't make sense.
Shift.
Yeah, well, Musk rewrote the rules of what any of us expect as to how ownership of a major communications platform would work, right? And so you're absolutely right to bring him up, because he really sort of like changed the game. And now we're in a world where close allies of the president of the United States now are co-owners of this incredibly powerful and influential platform.
That's right.
And what they have bought
is the key. They are gatekeepers. They have the key to allow whatever they choose to allow to be disseminated through these tools, these apparatuses, cell phones, laptops, whatever the case may be. They own it. So when you hear the phrase, now the revolution will not be televised, that's truth to power now. You have to accept that. You have to come to terms with
from this Chinese consortium, and sort of in partnership with this Chinese consortium, is a very sophisticated system for censoring anything you want. Because this thing had its origins in China, it has incredible capabilities to detect in real time whether you're saying things it doesn't want.
That's why I say, man, that was not an accident. They built these systems, man, to be able to do exactly that if they choose. Some command, boom, and whatever they decide to take out or suppress, they can.
Want you to say. I have been in the position of making reference to, the Nazis during World War II, and the word Nazi can get you kicked off of a live stream or get the reach of your post put away. So it's very easy to do so. I don't think it's happening right now, but
again, man, you can't be that naive. It's happening right now in real time, as you said earlier.
If in future they decided to do what Musk decided to do, they would have every kind of controls available to them to pull that off, because that is exactly how TikTok is built.
And TikTok recently updated its terms of service. So what should users of this platform understand?
Now, this is the part I think a lot of us should listen to and pay attention to. If you have TikTok, I would advise that you go back in and, hey, take the time out to read the new privacy agreement, the privacy policy, and the use of term agreement, to understand exactly what they're saying they're going to do, or what they're doing with you hitting that agreement button.
Yeah, in many ways, they've just sort of rewritten a more broad set of language for capabilities that the platform seems to have had before. But for instance, they're saying that they can much more precisely track your location. You can turn that off in your device settings on your phone. They also say that they'll be able to follow you elsewhere when you are elsewhere off of the platform. They can send advertising out to get you. So that's something you can also turn off. But all of this, I think we should remember, is pretty standard issue for the surveillance capitalist world we are in currently.
Pretty standard issue for the surveillance capitalistic world that we're in. That right there tells it, man. Look, if they're not suppressing and censoring stuff at their whim, then we're all fools. We're all fools.
All of these platforms are trying to do the same kind of stuff. Just this is a more explicitly spelled out thing in the terms of service here, Jeff.
All right, that to me is enough. I'm just surprised that, wow, we have these so-called experts that come on some of these platforms, these news shows, and I think they further along the lie or the subterfuge of those who are in power. Again, most of us don't really realize how deep this thing goes. When we're in this society and we call ourselves being a part of this society, there are a whole lot of unwritten, unseen rules and regulations you have to follow if you want to fit in. Facts. So people, I advise again, be very careful when we're dealing with technology, because there's a whole lot about technology we do not understand. I was just looking at something the other day. It's not TikTok per se, but you could find it on TikTok or either Instagram, where they're using AI now. I mean, man, it is so precise that I think even the best of those who can detect something that's AI generated as opposed to not being AI generated will be hard pressed in calling it AI generated. I saw something the other day, man, it was just shocking, and I said to myself, in fact, I said to a few other people, this is what we can expect in the next few months. People need to be aware about what's going on, especially when it comes to this technology. This technology is not your friend. It's not here to be your friend. It's not really here to aid you. You just have to know how to navigate through it to get what you want from it. But this technology is to keep an eye on you. We are living in the times of 1984. Read the book, but it's all relevant, or it's all relative. I appreciate your time. This is All Things Politics. Like, share, comment, and please subscribe to this channel so that we can continue to bring you more news and insights in the world of politics, not just United States politics, but geopolitics as well. Have a great evening.